Just because you want to put it in doesn't mean you know your way around the G spot.
I don't. If that's what you got out of that. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our Chainsawman special of Life is Daijoubu. This is episode 5, and we're going to be covering episode 5 of the anime. My name is Cole. I'm joined by Thane. I was going to say Skylar's name first, but I said Thane by accident. And I'm joined by Skylar as well.
Hi. I said hi for me and Thane.
Yeah. How you doing, Thane? How's your day going? No answer?
Just a grunt.
How about you, Sky? How's your day going?
Good. I got off work early.
You stood up to your boss, too. Punched her right in the face.
I did no such thing. I did no such thing.
And speaking of punching bosses in the face, Mr. Denji got some booby squeezy from his boss.
They're fake.
You didn't do that to your boss, though. So
Nope. My boss is a elderly woman.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Denji getting some. We're going to talk about the beginning of the, I think it's the Eternity Devil arc is what it's called, I believe. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty dang positive that is the name of the arc. Because that's the devil they fight. Anyway, so I guess before we get into it, I can explain the chapters again, like I always do at the beginning. This week, it is covering chapters 12 to 15 and a half. It gets about halfway through chapter 15, and that's where the episode ends. Pretty faithful to the chapters. Not a lot new, honestly, other than just better exposition, in my opinion, anyway, on specific things. The thing that I thought they did really good was just how Denji's life essentially comes crashing down around him when he realizes that boobs aren't that great as he thought they were going to be. I thought that was really, really well done. In the manga, it's kind of like a passing thing because you just, go through panels like it's quick and all that. But so for the adaptation, it's pretty dang good. It's probably better, in my opinion, with this episode covering these chapters so far. So I'm happy with it. How did you guys like today's episode? What are your thoughts on it? What do you think, Sky? I see you pulling out your notes.
Yeah, that was like the two biggest things that I got from this episode was
Power's boobs fake.
No. It was, this is what I wrote.
Take that, Power Stands.
I wrote that Denji learns happiness doesn't always come through getting what we want. Sometimes it's in the creating and the process that we get the most enjoyment out of. So, for example, like his whole journey of touching boobs was more exciting than actually touching boobs. And I think that it could kind of be a life lesson. Sometimes you think that once you have something, you're going to be happier, but sometimes it's more fun in the pursuing of such happiness than it is of having whatever it is, if that makes sense.
That's a pretty deep way to look at it.
Very deep.
Also, he's on a new journey to get laid.
Yeah, but, I mean, see what it is, though, is it's like once you accomplish a goal in life, it's like, wow, I did it. But I think humans have this insatiable thirst to continually do things. Like, once you reach one goal, you're like, okay, what's next? Denji touched boobs. Now he wants to make out with someone.
See, what I took out of it, in my view of it, is not necessarily with that, which isn't bad. What I saw this as is Denji realizing that what he had to set his eyes on, his goal, wasn't that great to begin with. And he essentially he's going to reevaluate himself and figure out what he actually cares about in life and what he wants in life. Which is really good and sets up for the future of the series, because he's in a place where he's surrounded by people that are essentially friends. I wouldn't call them friends as of right now in the show, but I mean, him and Power get along relatively well. For like they kind of meme on Aki, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you want to put it in doesn't mean you know your way around the G spot.
I don't. If that's what you got out of that,
that's an analogy, but I mean, she did say, "Hey, you can't just focus on the boobs. Look at the face, the hands, the ears." The best way I took that as, and I actually think the manga has the wording better. The manga says it along the lines of like,
the more you care about a person or your feelings that are deeper for a person, that's better. But she just said the more you know somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I got the gist of what they were trying to describe.
Totally. And maybe that's just a translation thing. Maybe in the dub they do translate it to be like how the manga is said. So yeah, overall, I mean, the episode is essentially a setup episode. It's the classic. This is the beginning of the new arc episode. But I think it's a great insight on Denji's character, and I think it's a really good episode for him. Just growing as a character.
Yeah. And we get more of, well, I guess it is just set up for who the main villain is, who Makima wants Denji to go after. We learn more about the Gun Devil.
Gun Devil. That's true. Yeah, the Gun Devil is like the equivalent of insert shonen bad guy here. Like Orochimaru, yeah, there we go. Thank you. I was going to say one from Naruto, but I'm like, who the freak do I say at this point? Who is the main bad guy of Naruto, you would say? Who's the main bad guy in Dragon Ball? Let's say Vegeta. Let's just say Vegeta.
Depends on what arc.
No. Well, if we're going classic Dragon Ball, it's Piccolo. King
Piccolo, that guy. Yeah, so basically, it's pretty cool. You don't get to see the Gun Devil at all. I don't think we'll actually see him this season of the anime. You do see him in the series at some time. Minor spoiler. You do see it. I guess I should say it. And it looks really cool. So I'm excited to see what it looks like animated.
They use clever camera angles to disguise that it's just a prop, a 2D painting.
So yeah, that's a good point. It kind of like, it's weird. I remember reading this and getting to this point and being like, wow, they're barely introducing like the main goal of the story. That's kind of interesting how long it took for them to do that. And watching it now, it doesn't feel like that anymore. It's weird. And maybe it's because reading it goes by so much faster than actually watching it. When you're watching it, I feel like it's just really, I don't know, it kind of just, the pacing and everything makes a lot more sense on anime for this little beginning part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, like with Naruto, for example, I don't think you really even learn about Orochimaru until after the bridge builder arc, which is like 30 episodes.
Yeah, and you don't even see him until the tuning exams.
Anime episodes is 13.
Really?
Yeah, it's only 13 episodes anime.
Like the last
chapters, it's like 30.
The last episode of the bridge builder arc's like 13.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought for sure it was like episode 30.
No, I watched it again. It's like, wow, the first arc was 13 episodes. Wow.
Yeah, but you don't see Orochimaru until the tuning exams.
No, like that arc is like completely self-contained.
So it would probably be
only the bridge builder and son come back when.
Yeah.
Spoilers to Naruto.
During the pain arc.
Yeah.
So
did it like reverse time in the anime? Like
what?
The town? Did like the town like reverse time?
No.
Oh, okay. So they had to rebuild it by hand like the manga.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is that like in hindsight, the fast pace of the beginning makes a lot more sense comparing it to other shonen. I mean, something like Demon Slayer, even you don't really even learn about Mugen Kabutsuji until the first training arc is done. Essentially, like you know that he exists. Well, that's not true. I guess you do know that he exists at the beginning, because
the mentor says you have to kill Mugen Kabutsuji.
Muzen.
You have to kill the king of demons.
Yeah, so I guess but that's still within like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And this is only episode 5. So, yeah, it still fits. I think it still fits. The pacing definitely is... I think that personally the pacing is good with Chainsaw Man anime. But overall, like, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm excited for this arc specifically. This is one of my favorite arcs early on in Chainsaw Man. I mean, it is... it's like the first arc that feels like the whole squad's together.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was really happy with this arc specifically. So, it'll be fun. Do you guys have any other final thoughts before we just jump into the spoilers?
I like the outro animation.
Oh yeah, we should talk about the outro.
Yeah.
I don't care that much for the song personally.
I didn't either.
I didn't like really fit with the song, but the animation though, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
the animation for the outro is phenomenal. It's
very trippy.
so good.
It reminds me of the movie The Cell.
Well, and it played right into the themes of what's coming.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally. And it uses like classical artworks and
Yeah, like
classical art
those-
just in general.
those
I saw
never-ending loop
Himene's
art pieces.
Himene's boobs jiggle as she was riding a horse.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, they kind of jiggle. They kind of seem going up and then go
So
back.
do I need to go back and watch it? Is you're telling me?
Yeah, sure.
Like one of the things that I noticed was, I think it was Makima holding Denji or Chainsaw Man, like the I think they call it Piete. Like it's basically like a riff off of Jesus and Mary, like that classic painting
Yeah.
where like Jesus is dead and Mary's
Statue.
holding him.
It's a statue.
Yeah, I guess the original is a
Yeah.
statue, but like there's been many paintings afterward. It's
yeah.
the style is, I think it's called Piete. I don't
Okay.
know if I'm saying that right, but I believe that's what it's called. You see it referenced all the time in many different things.
in the Marvel comic, there's a comic called The Death of Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And it's just the character Death holding Captain Marvel, like
You see, yeah, whenever you basically see the classic somebody standing tall or sitting tall and they're holding like essentially a body that looks either dead or half dead or whatever,
yeah.
it's in reference of that. And so like something like Evangelion, like there's a cover of the Blu-ray for Evangelion that shows oh crap, Shinji holding up Rei in that same kind of form. Like I don't know, it's just interesting. And like there's a lot of references to classical art in Chainsaw Man already, and so to see this outro be just filled with it was a lot of fun.
Wasn't that one at the third opening where she looked like a messiah? Is that probably a reference
What?
in the third ending where it's like all the crazy animation, then it smash cuts to Makima looking like a messiah?
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't know off the top of my head, but I think
And also, a
probably right.
VTuber used that as one of her thumbnails. Like someone drew her in that same
Yeah.
style.
Yeah, that's like with like the halo over the head, like
Yeah,
the glow over
yeah.
the whole head,
Must
almost,
be painting of Virgin Mary.
or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So yeah, it is cool to see the little references. There's this Tatsuki Fujimoto is just known for putting references into his stuff, and so to see Mappa kind of like fall in line with that, it's pretty fun. I quite enjoy it. But yeah, so I'm pretty much done with the non-spoiler section. You guys done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so from here on out, we're going to be talking about spoilers. If you don't want any spoilers, stop listening right now. And if you do want spoilers, or if you already have read the manga, then you can stay and have a nice listen. 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay, spoiler zone is open. Honestly, there's not a lot, personally, that I saw to talk about. It's just the obvious scenes with Makima is more of her trying to control Denji and get what she wants out of him, which, I mean, worked perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
She did exactly what she wanted to do. You also see the scene where she bites his thumb, which obviously comes back later into the very end when the new control devil shows up and bites Denji's thumb, and he instantly goes, Makima, and he looks down, and it's just this little girl. He's like, oh. But other than that, there's not a whole lot that's like foreshadowing that I noticed. I'm sure there's probably stuff I missed, but
I still think there's something to do with her freaking eyeballs, because I look at everyone else's eyes,
none of them have
even
the circles.
Denji's, they just look normal. They look like actual eyeballs. But Power's
got crosshairs.
she's got freaky eyes, and Makima's got freaky eyes.
That's probably
Power's a demon.
Yeah, after you had said that, by the way, I did see something later on that somebody had said something about her eyes. While we're here, we got the manga.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember if they even did anything to do with the eyeballs in the manga, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
I'll look at the very last volume with the new little girl.
Because they really zoom in on her eyes quite a lot. Obviously, eyes are the gateway to the soul or whatever.
I
But
don't even remember this girl's name.
does she got freaky eyes?
Yeah, she definitely does. She has
This
literally
is
the same eyes as
cheesy
Makima.
Line.
What's her name?
She hasn't shown up yet where we are in the manga, has she?
Naota. Nayuta. Naota.
She's Chinese.
Yeah, she won't show up until Makima's dead. Like,
In the manga? The where we're at now.
Oh, no, yeah, she has.
Okay,
no,
yeah, I was
no.
gonna say I don't think we've seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah, like here you can see her. There's her eyes. She got the same exact circles. Yeah, you're right. I mean, like Kishibe right here even doesn't have the circles. Honestly, he didn't even have pupils. They're just freaking all black. Yeah, that's it. You know, now that you actually say that though, like you're wrong. You're right. You're completely right. It's got to be just the eyes that are doing it.
And I've only noticed it with those two. With Power, who obviously is openly a fiend, has a devil in her, and then Makima.
Well, now I'm curious if all the other weapon devils like Denji have the same thing. Is this
Does
before? Or is this
Denji have
all
red
after it?
eyes?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
That was the only other thing I was thinking of, though. Like, I guess spoilery is they really show how manipulative Makima is with Denji, and it was instant how easy it was for her to manipulate him. He's like, "Yeah, I touched boobs," and he's real sad, and then she instantly is like, "Oh, he's horny. I'm gonna get him to do whatever I want. He can grab my boobs, I guess."
So is Makima technically a fiend,
This is
or
the
is she
most
just an
riveting.
actual devil?
Is there a devil inside her, or is she? I thought she just is.
I think she just became that. So I think her devil form is just human in nature.
So she is the controlled
yeah,
devil.
because I was just trying to compare it like with Reze. Reze just has normal eyes too, but she's the same thing as Denji, where she has she's still human, but she has the devil powers.
Yeah.
But I don't know if any there's not a lot of fiends that you see in this series just in general. There's like the Halloween one, but I don't think that's this volume either. Because like if they've got weird eyes, then I just say it's all but confirmed. At that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably it. That's probably the case. I'll check one more volume though, just to check.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, so here's volume 8. This is during the International Assassins arc. And there's fiends here. Because the Chinese girl, she's got fiends that she's always with. And it looked like they had weird eyes, but not like super weird. I can't find a good picture. And they die so fast. I should have got the one volume before this probably. But there was I don't know. The stuff I'm seeing, they look relatively normal. They're not like super crazy. Yeah, they're relatively normal eyes.
Because aren't Denji's eyes are pretty normal too, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but he's not a fiend though. Here's this guy. This is the guy with the gas mask. That's his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They're just completely white though. So I guess you could count that as weird, and he's technically a fiend. Yeah, I don't know. It is weird, though, that you bring that up. I don't have a great answer for it right now, but that's got to be something. That it's got to be part of the eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, for the actual episode itself with foreshadowing, I just thought it was cool to see the Gun Devils, little bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought of the pieces being slimy like that. Which is weird. You think they would just wash that stuff off, but I don't know.
Maybe they ooze.
Yeah, they could just ooze.
They're organic.
I mean, the fluid that was on it looked metallic. It looked like silvery almost. So like it makes sense because it's part of like a metal piece.
It's probably like it's blood.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, but you think that'd have been washed off after a devil ate it though? I don't know. Maybe it's just a stylistic choice, and I'm looking too into it. Yeah. Overall, it was really sad, like watching Aki, see his little brother die. I knew exactly what was gonna happen too, like going into it, and then like just knowing how like that progresses with Aki's story is really really sad, especially with the snowballs and all that. Like everything is just very sad. That has foreshadowing, and it's just you just know what's gonna come, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall the episode, like we said in the non-spoiler, it's not very, it's like a setup episode, so there's not a lot to go into with it. Do you guys have anything else?
Nope.
No.
I guess we could briefly just talk about the chapter for fun. What do you guys think of the new chapter? This
Squid Boy got him.
Squid Boy saved him, I guess.
Yeah.
Told him he's not allowed to reveal himself.
And he's like, that was such a good setup too.
I liked the callback to the "don't open the door." I thought that was kind of fun, and she just does it anyway. She's like, "What?"
And now she's Squid Ward woman. I don't know how to. Squid woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is a fiend. It looks like.
Yeah.
But like she still has her memories.
I guess.
Maybe, I don't know. That was weird, but it looked like she was a fiend.
So I know we've briefly talked about it, but what are your guys' predictions that happens between the relationship of Denji and Asa? Is that her
You
name?
really want them to bang, don't you, Sky?
I am
Gosh.
gonna stand behind the prediction of I think that they hook up. I don't
know.
think she's gonna be the main villain.
I don't think Denji bangs anybody the entire series.
You think Fujimoto just cucks his boy?
Yeah, he just doesn't ever gets anything.
If there is gonna be a relationship, it's gonna be like I wonder, like, they'll have a relationship, and then they'll be like very toxic and unhealthy, and then they'll break up. And then that's where it'll end.
Well, let's just go off of those two. Do you think they start dating, Denji and Asa?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't know.
I think they start dating.
Oh, wait, okay. I could see them start dating under the pretext that she doesn't know that he's Chainsaw Man. If she finds out he's Chainsaw Man, there's no way. No possible way, I don't think.
Well, she doesn't hate Chainsaw Man. Isn't it just the
Yeah,
devil?
they both do.
Oh, they both hate him.
Yeah.
Okay.
They both don't want him. They both want to take him out. Yeah, that was the chapter, though. Not really much happened other than Denji got a nice view and then left.
Yeah.
Can't wait for next week.
Yeah.
I do like how the Asa's essentially the main character. I think that's kind of fun, how it's kind of like she's the focus. I think that's interesting, especially where Denji just shows up here and there. It's kind of new and different, which is nice, rather than just the same thing following Denji over and over.
Yeah, and I mean, we already talked about it too, though, is like Denji doesn't really develop all that much. And from what we see now, it's like, yeah, that's still the same goofy, dumb Denji.
Yeah.
So maybe Fujimoto just is like, doesn't really want to explore his character that much anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure there's more stuff to do, but like we saw in this actual episode we watched it, we do see him like start to realize like what's the point of all this stuff and all that. So it is fun. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode of Chainsaw Man special from Life is Daijoubu. That's a whole mouthful, and I said everything wrong, but yeah, that's it. Like we said last couple of times, I think each episode might be a little bit shorter than the first couple episodes because there's just a lot less to talk about rather than the very first initial impressions. There's so much more to talk about right at the get-go. In the future, we're going to have the rest of this arc, I forgot it, the Eternity Devil arc. Yeah, thank you. We're gonna have the rest of that. I like the ending a lot of this arc, which honestly might be next episode. We might finish the whole arc in one more episode, and then do the Katana Man arc, which will be interesting. I don't know if that lasts 6 episodes though. Maybe it does. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll have to wait till next week to find out, just like you guys. So we will see you guys next week. Don't forget to check out the main episodes of the podcast where you can do a little anime book club along with us and watch stuff as we watch stuff. Currently, we are watching Dorohedoro, and in a couple days when the new episode comes out, a spoiler alert, we're going to start watching, huh?
We're not watching Dorohedoro.
I know, we were, though.
It was
Okay.
Fooly Cooly.
Oh, okay.
Oh! We were watching Fooly Cooly. Dude,
It kind of all blurs
it
together.
all just blurs together. We were watching Fooly Cooly, and in a couple of weeks, spoiler alert, we're going to be watching Science Fell in Love, and I Tried to Prove It, Season 1. So look forward to that, and we hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and enjoy your life. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.